Hello and welcome everyone to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live tournament rundown show for the biggest and best Warhammer 40,000 tournaments happening all around the world. My name is Paul Murphy. I'm joined by Dustin Henshaw.
Hello, everyone.
And Adam Camilleri.
G'day.
Welcome everyone. I think we miss last week? I missed last week.
You missed last week, I believe. Me and Dustin did it?
No, I was on a runway for
that's right.
That's right. Look, anyway, time is relative.
The patrons got an episode. I recorded a solo episode for the patrons covering what we were going to be covering. So hopefully they all enjoyed that.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Sorry we didn't do this part. If you tune in weekly for this, welcome back. If you welcome in if you're joining us for the first time. It is my pleasure to be talking about Warhammer with y'all this evening. And you heard that right, everybody. If you're listening after the fact, we do this live Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out. We have an absolute amazing chat crew and folks hanging out in the chat. Erwin, good to see you. KR, good to see you. And anybody else that may be hiding out there. Look, we got two amazing events to bring you this evening. We got the Windsor Super Major and the Prague GT, just efficiently named events. It tells you everything you need to know.
I got confused. There's a Windsor close to me too, so I was very confused. There's a Super Major near me that I did not know about.
Dustin, Warhammer's everywhere.
It is.
Yeah, check DCP.
It's very confusing, right? Because everywhere England went, which Czech notes was like a third of the world, they named everything the same stuff. So there's some Windsors where I'm from as well as some Blackburn, some Doncasters.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, the Windsor Super Major is in Windsor, England. 246 players competing over 7 rounds. But what are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Super faction, there are 2 Imperial agents. That's already way more than I was expecting. Oh, wow. 10 Sisters of Battle, 8 Custodes, 6 AdMac, 13 Astra Militarum, 2 Grey Knights, and 4 Imperial Knights. Space Marines are 23 Adeptus Astartes, 15 Dark Angels, 9 Space Wolves, 7 Blood Angels, 5 Black Templar, and 2 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 12 Chaos Space Marines, 7 T-Suns, 10 Death Guard, 11 World Leaders, 11 Emperor's Children, 14 Demons, and 3 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 15 Necrons, 12 Orcs, 14 Tau, 8 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 12 Tyranids and 2 Genius that are called. There's barely as many Genius that are called as there are Imperial agents. That is sad. Eldari, there's 6 Drukhari and 4 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is Adeptus Astartes topping it off with 23, and then the Emperor's Finest Mistakes Cliff. What? I'm just reading the prompter here. Dark Angels and Necrons at 15, then Tau and Demons at 14. Astra Militarum still coming up there with 13, and then Nids, Orcs, and CSM right behind them with 12. Nids are still making like pretty good numbers, which is kind of surprising. We talked about that before.
I am stoked to see Tyranids and Orcs on our faction podium still. That brings me joy.
I do want to do a quick impression real quick. So this is the other Imperial Agents player when he's going for the Best in Faction award.
Yeah.
Damn.
One of them is going to go like 3 and 4. The other one's going to go 2 and 5, and it's going to be like.
I'm kidding, of course. People play this for the love of the game and the personality can come out with those factions. But you sometimes you see those people going for those Best in Factions award, and it's gonna be a race. It's gonna be a race.
I bet you they're good mates and they have a heated rivalry. But I'm of the opinion if you can go like 3 and 4, or like even break even like 3 and 3 in a 6-rounder with Imperial Agents, that's as good as a top table. Yeah. For me, that's a top 5 performance.
Look, we say paint to your own standard play. So there are folks actually, that's we don't talk about that quite enough, and we should, like that threshold between going 4 and 1, 3 and 2, and like where is your success for the weekend, knowing what your engagement is. But maybe a topic for another show or even another show altogether.
Exactly right. Our faction podium is exactly what you'd think. Almost 10% of the metagame is Adeptus Astartes at the moment. Almost all. I did have a brief look at a bunch of them, and sure, it's exactly what you'd expect. A lot more Blade of Ultramar now than Gladius. It makes sense to me, especially on UKTC terrain being what it is. You need to be more dynamic and have more options for Devastator Doctrine to get your guns into the firing lanes, because they're not as easy as they were before. In addition, you still have the redundancy of just having, for now, Calgar and co, and in addition to all the other good stuff, because this is, and I think every event this weekend, the 2 events we're covering are both pre-slate. So the MFM and the
it has slate. To be, for these larger events.
I double and triple checked just to make sure, and 100% pre-slate, which is not surprising.
Yeah. Although
insane.
some events sometimes they'll like to do points, but not the unit eliminations, and those types of things. They may make some compromises, but you have to imagine events of this size give their players enough time to adjust from something.
Yeah, I think it would have been perfectly fine for Ultramarines to have the Calgar that they maybe bought and painted for this event deleted. But wow, what a way to leave a bad.
These are that salt. Hell, that salt coming all the way from Australia.
Look, I am tired of all the 99 Space Marine sub-factions suffering for the sins of Ultramarines, which is what it's felt like has happened to us this entire edition. Because it's all well and good. When Blood Angels are strong and Blood Angels gets nerfs, it's almost always to the chapter-specific things. The Sanguinary Guard, the Death Company, etc., or the characters. Exclusively with Ultramarines, when Ultramarines lead a love tap, it snowballs down to all of us. And in saying that, Dark Angel still made the faction podium. So suck it, Paul. This meta loves my boys more than yours.
Yeah, talk to me more about what it's like to have your faction change with data slates, Adam. I actually am not familiar with this feeling.
I'm not even sure if like what is your faction at the moment?
I don't know, man. I forgot the name of it. It hasn't been mentioned in the last two data slates, so I have no idea what it's called anymore.
So the Imperial Agent faction keyword is neglect, and yours is abandonment.
Yeah, those are the keywords.
100%. I'm staying out of this one.
The fact that Imperial Agents were even mentioned in this one, although not in the way we would want them, but they're still technically mentioned. We are now the abandoned ones. That's it. That's it.
So some big things here. I love seeing Tau and Demons both in good representation. A lot more love coming in for the Demonic Incursion at the moment. Also is coming back in a big way. I do think the Scintillating Legion hype train that was the first 2 months of the changes was starting to slow down towards the end there as people realized that the go first win rate versus the go second win rate for Scintillating Legion against somebody who knows what they're doing against it goes off an absolute cliff. If you go first against Scintillating Legion and you just deploy the line and full send your army at them, they lose most of the time if you know where to put your guns when you can use your guns. So I think the Scintillating Legion stuff was a little bit heavy-handed, but Demons are still doing well, which I love to see. Ashen Militarum, not going anywhere. And then Nids and Orcs making 5th place in our podium. Real happy to see that. But I have the Chaos Space Marine detachment breakdown for you guys. This is 12 players in representation, which is a very healthy number. As we said, they came in 5th place on our faction podium and, of course, just got some new hotness, despite one of that pieces of new hotness kind of being taken away already. But here we are. 5 of them are playing Renegade Warband, 2 of them playing Hurons Marauders, 2 playing Creations of Bile, 1 playing Pac-Band Zealots, 1 playing Renegade Raiders, and 1 playing the Soulforged Warpack. So despite seeing so many cool new changes, we still have a fantastic spread here, boys. 6 detachments represented for Chaos Space Marines.
That's
impressive. That shows depth. Yeah.
I like that, though. That's what we want to see. We want to see the fact that all the detachments are getting at least some use. There's at least one person that likes some of these detachments, if that's what we want. Out of 12, that's a good percentage.
I fully expect to see the Renegade Warband Huron Marauders numbers switch if this is happening next week. Yeah. If this was next week, you could just swap that number. Apart from that, though, I fully expect people to continue to play a good spread of Chaos Space Marine detachments. They are, in my opinion, the gold standard for internal balance this edition, where they have a bunch of good but not incredible data sheets that get better in a myriad of different detachments. They have that core, Chaos Lord plus Legionaries plus Cultists and Rhinos and stuff like that. Good in everything. And then you got your 600, 700 point core, and then you got 1,200 points of different juice to slap on the side of it, depending on what you feel like playing on the day. Mwah. CSM have done it perfectly this edition. Yep. And only being problematic at 2 points. And one of them was the Chaos Cult, which, sure, anytime you can have a horde that's that effective with blood surges, it's going to be a problem.
Recon Guard is 20 Chaos Cultists killing knights and stuff. It's like
Recon Guard are doing that right now. Hosts of Ascension were doing that 6 months ago. It's the same prototype. Too many guys, too strong with good overlapping buffs and stratagems. Yeah, too good this whole edition, and probably every edition before. But yeah. So I think there's a lot of really cool stuff out there for Chaos Space Marine players to do. Really excited to see. What's your guys' pulse check on Hurons Marauders? I mean, now it's not really worth talking about how good Renegade Warband is with the nerfs. We'll wait to see. But Huron's Marauders, boys. What's your think? Is that the best way to play CSM at the moment, or is it still really up in the air?
I think, like you were saying, it's still like, is it the best way? The way I play, yes, but it's still different enough that the other detachments are balanced enough. If there's a different way you like to play, it does it. You can do it differently. I think I like the way Huron's Marauders plays. It to me, it's more of it's just a better Emperor's Children.
Now, are you referring to like being in the middle of the table? And
Yes.
eventually bet more.
Pressure build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like pressure builds.
Yeah. Well, so there's a couple of different ways. We've got a Huron's Marauders list to go through at the next tournament as well to unpack. It seems like there's a bunch of different varieties of ways to go through it. You can go the MSU build, which I think is quite good in singles, or you can go, hey mum, we have Creations of Bile at home build, which I think is extremely good in teams. And which one is better all the time? Well, yeah, not sure yet. But
MSU.
yeah,
I love MSU.
Really, I would have thought you'd be all down for the double ACDC bricks.
I like those too. That's why I like being able to do both. See, that's why I like it.
Fair. All right. One of the top players in attendance, one of the top ranked players in the ITC in the UK. This is Byron Sidhu, who is ranked 8th in the ITC in the United Kingdom right now. He's playing Chaos Demons. Like I said, he's playing a demonic incursion. And this seems to be the prototype right now, which is it is big stuff. And the bits that don't change is Be'lakor, Kairos Fate Weaver, and a Lord of Change with the Everstave. Usually you'll have at least one more big, sometimes two more bigs, and those two more bigs can be swapped out. But in this case, Byron has taken Rodigus, Scarbrand, 2x10 play, 3 Fiends, and 2x3 Screamers. What do we make of it, boys?
It still looks like a lot like the Scintillating Legion, except you're replacing 2 Lords of Change with Rodigus, Scarbrand, and some of the Flamers with Plague Bearers. It looks a lot like it, right? Like it's not. It's just the shooting has been replaced with some chonky and close combat, which I think it's a good change.
So if you think that you have either the Sword Prince or the Sword Lord of Change in the Scintillating Legion, you swap that out for Scarbrand. I believe that's a strict upgrade on your damage output. Sure, the delivery system may be a little worse. Damage output, strict upgrade. Rodigus, your durability piece to go into the middle. Debatable whether it should be Rodigus, who has a much better Overwatch and better debuffing aura in the -OC, but doesn't have the feel no pain that the GUO can get. But he is cheaper now because that Endless Gift is quite exy. So that's strictly an upgrade, in my opinion, on the durability front. And then you kind of just have 3 brawly big monsters between Be'lakor, Rodigus, and Scarbrand, while still having a premium, two premium fire pieces.
You got shooting and some brawling. That's not too bad at all. And by the time they're dealing with that kind of stuff, they have to kind of ignore your score units.
Well, what did I just say about the play pattern of Burst Scintillating Legion? You deploy on the line and you full send on them. And if you go first, there's massive upside for you to get a huge win versus them, especially if they don't handle the pressure well, depending on what army you're bringing. Can't do that versus this. No. Scarbrand's going to 6-inch deep strike off Be'lakor and kill the best model in your army. Possibly 2 of the best units in your army. He's going to one-tap him. And then he's being backed up by Lord of Deceit aura, so it's very hard for you to interact, spend AOC and things like that, or fight on deaths. And then Rodigus is just going to go plonk in the middle, Overwatch a screening unit that's going to try and block Be'lakor getting in to deliver the bits and pieces, while the Lord of Change is like buzzing around, just blowing up your flanks. I think it's a great build. It's got good redundancy. The 2x10 Plague Bearers obviously give you some screen clear and sticky. I don't know why it's 3 Fiends over Flamers or some of the other things. Byron's a good enough player. I'm sure he's got a reason for the Fiends over another similar.
Is that wound? Is a unit of 3 Fiends?
Single unit of 3 Fiends. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what the points breakdown is between Fiends and Screamers. I would think if they are comparable, I would go the Screamers. Obviously, they're not. Byron knows better than me. This is a good list.
It's been a while since I checked on the Fiend's special ability. Can check on that now.
I think they're 95. I think it's 95 points for 3 as well.
The Sporific Musk. Each time the enemy unit within engaged range of 1 or more unit in your army ability falls back, models in the enemy unit must take a desperate escape test.
Yeah, that's not bad. Just run out tapping bits and pieces.
Yeah, you can obviously subtract 1 from that when they do that. So as well.
Yeah, and obviously you got some battle shock jutsus and healing and stuff in the Shadow of Chaos and things. So you can make people kill themselves on the fallback. And when you're looming with Be'lakor and Scarbrand, and they're like fall back or die, and then when you fall back, you might still die. Kind of cute. All right, time to pick some winners, my gentlemen.
Here we go.
Who wants it? Who wants it? Let's do this. Actually, I have to go last all week. For various, I did really well last month reasons. So we're going to 50-50 this one.
Nice.
We're going to 50-50. Paul, you want the 4-5-6, or Dustin, you want the 4-5-6?
Go with the 4-5-6.
All right, here we go.
I
don't. It's a 5.
Sure.
Sorry, Dusty.
As long as you're not the one winning it, I don't care. That's
well,
fine.
I can't win this one.
Yeah,
so
see, that is fine. I don't care what number you give at that point. Then
I'm going with Necrons on this one.
Good choice. Dusty, what would you like?
I'll take Adeptus Astartes.
Yep. I'm back in the demons. Let's go.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Next event we're going to be talking about is the Prague GT. This is in Prague, Chechnya. 118 players over 5 rounds. What's it going to be there, Dustin?
In the Imperial Super Faction, there are no Imperial agents. 4 Sisters of Battle, 3 Custodes, 5 Admac. I don't know why I pointed that out. I just felt like it because there was 2 at the last one. 5 Grey Knights and 4 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 8 Adeptus Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, 5 Space Wolves, 6 Blood Angels, 2 Black Templar, and 3 Death Watch. Chaos, 3 Chaos Space Marines, 5 T-Suns, 5 Death Guard, 4 World Leaders, 3 Emperor's Children, 7 Demons, and 4 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 11 Necrons, 3 Orcs, 4 Tau, and 3 Votan. Hivemind, there's 6 Tyranids and probably the same 2 G-Stealer cult. Eldari, there's 5 Drukhari and 4 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is Necrons topping it off at 11, with, of course, Astartes right behind them with 8, but then Demons in third with 7. Demons hitting the podium spots. Like they're, are they a counter meta?
I believe that is what they
always are. Yeah,
they do have, like we've talked about it before. They have a build for everything if you do it. And it's just funny to see that. Well, I guess because Sentinel Legion hasn't gotten their quote unquote hits yet, but still, they have an answer for everything if you build it properly. I actually am really liking these demonic incursion lists. I am.
Me too. I'm a big fan. Like, how do you push a -1 damage Silent King on people when there's Be'lakor who can 6-inch deliver Scarbrand on top of the Silent King and stuff of this nature? It just is a list that demands respect in a way that Scintillating doesn't. Scintillating demands you to disrespect it, even if it is going to absolutely bad touch you. It doesn't matter. You have to act like it can't hurt you, even as you get blown up. You have to act like it can't hurt you and play brave. Whereas Demonic Incursion will punish the hell out of you for trying to do that. So I think there's a good yin and yang between these two detachments at the moment. I'm not of the opinion that Scintillating is dead. I think Scintillating just needs to drop some of the big birds and start playing with some of the other things. Like, I think Pink Horrors are hilarious at the moment.
Yeah, because I like having a squad of them.
Well,
sure.
Well, they try and force a Nightbringer down your throat, or a Nightbringer and a Transcendent Catan. You can just be like, well, 10 Horrors can tap both of these, and okay, might gum you up for a turn or two, which is hilarious. These just 10 gibbering morons are going to hold down some Star Gods. But yeah, I like these lists. I think these are fantastic. The faction podium, it gets a lot more interesting once you get into the 4th and 5th places. In 6 in representation, we have Tyranids again. That's the second time they would have made our podium, in addition to Blood Angels would have been on the podium. So, Paul, yeah, sure, you guys are more taken than my guys. I don't know.
They're still good. They're still very good.
They're still, dude, they're about to get better, in my opinion. In the 5 slot, as in the 5 armies, 5 players took these armies. We have Admech Guard, Grey Knights, Space Wolves, Thousand Suns, Death Guard, and Drukhari. We have like 6 factions having 5 players in representation. So the middle band is very thick.
Wait, Adam, wait. Why are Blood Angels about to get? Are you saying Blood Angels are about to get a lot better because Ashrath dropped 10 points? Is that what you're saying? That was the one thing that they were missing. Ashrath was 10 points too expensive.
No,
Sanguinary Priest and Blade Guard.
That's yeah, correct. That's why. Remember when Blade Guard were worth taking when they didn't have any good characters to join them, and their 18 Blade Guard was still a very good list. Well, now there's 18 Blade Guard. Like, just don't die. They make Custodes look like guardsmen. For the points, at least. Like, it's 160 for a Custody Guard right now. It is 170 for 6 Blade Guard, who have more wounds, the same invulnerable save, which can be rolling ones. Then you go up to 230 on that squad for the Sang Priest. That all of a sudden they are 3 up with cover and AOC access, 4 up, possibly rolling ones in combat, with a 5 up, feel no pain. And in Liberator Assault, especially, they slap. They absolutely slam. It is a very good unit.
I do remember I painted 6 more not that long ago.
You did. All right. I have 2 lists for our eating pleasure here. First one is Lewis Steimerling, who went 5-0 at the Pirate Cup playing for Team Germany a couple of weeks ago with this exact list. And which is impressive to me. I'm on the opinion Chaos Knights. Well, this list of Chaos Knights is struggling quite a bit in teams because the Knight Despoiler profile somehow looks bad in this meta. Like 36 622 shots actually kind of has matchups where it doesn't hurt anything, which is bonkers to say.
Darn.
But it doesn't hurt Custodes, doesn't hurt Catan, doesn't love some of the Astartes matchups, like if they're going Hull heavy or Victrix heavy, which is probably in the same list.
Are you saying it doesn't hurt Catan because it doesn't like hit if their toughness is too high? Is like
-1 damage is the obvious.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of big volume though. But I guess with combined, it's like still like the volume of shots.
Yeah,
but you're probably only killing 1 a turn instead of
Yeah, so 36 shots, getting 2/3 hits, with 6 of those being lethals, because you'd obviously go lethals wounding on 5s. So you take 6 out of the 24 hits. So you've got 18 hits, wounding on 5s. It's going to convert into 6 wounds. So you're going to put 12 saves on them with each despoiler. They're going to have a 4-up. So they're going to save 6 of them, and then they're going to have a 5-up. They're going to save 2 of them. So they're going to take 4 freaking wounds per big knight. And guess what? If you shot all 3 and they all did exactly 4 wounds, you have not killed that Catan, might regen twice, and whoop-de-effing-do, well done. You wasted a turn of your life.
I think you kill 1 at least. That's what I was thinking. You kill 1 a turn. That's just not.
Well, if you back it up with a Carnivore, absolutely. Yeah, because the Carnivore goes in, hits on 3s, wounds on 3s with sustained, and then maybe a tank shock, and D6 plus 2 damage goes down to las cannon. I mean, it goes down to las cannon damage.
You're spot on though. The fact, like even if you did kill 1 a turn, which that's ambitious because they're killing you at the same time, is that it's only a 5-turn game. So
yeah, correct. So this is a really cool list by Lewis. He's gone very well with it. He's got 3 Knights of Spoilers. One of them has Bestial Aspect, which is Assault. Very good. 3 Carnivores, 2 Stalkers, and 2x3 Nurglings. So the change here is that people have been dropping off the Beasts of Nurgle package, because usually you would see 2 to 3 Beasts of Nurgle with a unit of Plague Bearers. It'd be unit of Plague Bearers, 2 Nurglings, 3 Beasts of Nurgle, and then you just have 3 Carnivores and the Spoilers. But he's dropped all the Beasts of Nurgle package and is taking 2 Stalkers for turn 1 pressure play. So Stalker Scout 6 moves 12, can be surged or pacted, as some people like to call it, with the Infernal Lance for +3 moves. So it's going 21 inches turn 1 if they go first, shooting and declaring a charge. And that turn 1 little bowling ball has been enough to keep people in their DZ, which enables the big knights to get into position and start touching all those terrain pieces so that you can't come out because they're going to shoot you first, no matter where you try to extend. And so it's been working really well for Lewis, and he is one of the best players in the world on CK at the moment. So one to watch here. Any thoughts on this list, boys?
It's just triple despoiler. I mean,
correct.
It's going to look cool on the table. I like it, But
no wheels were reinvented in the making of this list.
I do think it will struggle against 5s and 10s. That's
this list looks a lot better next week. Just to put it out.
Yes, it does. It actually does.
Yeah. Next one we have is one of the hometown heroes. Of course, this is in Czechia, so I wanted to look at some of the top players in attendance. This one is Lucas Tolg. There is a lot of little bits of word on top of many of the letters in this man's name, so I do absolutely apologize if I've butchered it, Lucas. But my inflection, I'm never going to.
That's got to be right. Lucas has got to be right.
Who can say? I am covering my bases, sir.
Fair enough. Yeah. Why not?
Represented Czechia at the WTC last year as well. Also playing Chaos Space Marines. He is a Chaos Space Marine specialist. He's playing Huron's Marauders, and he's gone with what I see as the MSU approach to this detachment. He has Abaddon, who's playing in Huron's Marauders. So, times are tough for Abby. He's stepping away from the Black Legion. He's joining up with them.
He's supervising. He's over there like, listen, I'm still in charge, right? Huron's like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
he's like, I gave you a Blackstone Fortress. You have to let me come along on one of your raids. This is the tithe Huron pays. Anyway, he's got Cypher, Huron, Chaos Lord, and the Masters of the Maelstrom. It's actually really he's very spendy in his character selection. 10 cultists, 4 units of 5 legionaries, single unit of 3 chaos bikers, 2 rhinos, 5 chosen, 2 units of 5 noise marines, single unit of 2 obliterators, and 5 raptors. It's actually quite lean, and it's very close to Highlander. Apart from the legionaries, everything else is a one-of, and the 2 noise marines. But this is kind of a cool, go wide, good stuff CSM list. I'm here for it.
Yeah, like I said, I love MSU. It is weird to see only 2 squads of noise marines, especially with how good they're. Yeah, they lack shooting, right? So like, I feel like that.
Yeah.
Well, they did bring obliterators instead, though.
And
I don't
2
know.
rhinos too. So I mean, he's basically turning those into tanks if he wants to. You know?
They are tanks, yeah.
So I'm of the opinion Lucas is doing a little experimentation here, and that the obliterators, more often than not, are the 3rd unit of noise marines, but he's decided to make an experiment out of taking a single unit of blitz instead of the 3rd unit of noise marines, which I think is totally fine.
Yeah,
because Catan is still in the meta, and the blitz have actually have a little bit more upside versus the Catan in a lot of exchanges, although at least they get a little bit more respect from the Catan.
I mean, they still deep strike and everything too, right? So he's got
deep strike, rapid ingress once per game. Indirect fire as well, so they can be deployed on the table and get a bit of respect, because you can't really just push up a screen like a unit of gargoyles and think that you're actually going to jail them, because the blitz just pop them and then you just move on through. What's interesting here is where Abaddon joins. Obviously, the Chaos Lord is going with a unit of legionaries. Master of the Maelstrom and Huron could combo up with the Chosen, or they could combo up with a unit of 5 legionaries, which I think might be what is happening, and leaving the Chosen to go with Abaddon. Because if the Master of the Maelstrom or Huron attached to the Chosen, Abaddon really can't have anything of value to join apart from legionaries, which isn't enough to warrant bringing them in. So I'm assuming he's going with the Chosen.
I can see that. I do like there's a lot of options. Like you just detailed one of 20 different things he could do at the beginning of the game, including, obliterators and raptors, deep striking, like a lot of play here.
Well, in addition, like both Abaddon and Huron have deep strike. If you wanted, you don't attach anything and you go even wider, and
there you go.
You rapid ingress Abaddon, rapid ingress Huron. They're just problem models. Like Huron's just got a reactive move, so he's actually a bit of an ass to try and deal with at times if you're a melee army. Abaddon is a slaughtering machine if you just left undefended.
That's the main reason I love these. Like I love the MSU when you have these leaders that can make these little MSU squads even more dangerous. Or if you need to go wider, they're still fine.
Well, if you don't attach the Master of the Maelstrom, I think you always should attach Huron. But if you don't attach the Master of the Maelstrom, you attach Huron, you don't attach Abaddon. Like, how many squads are we talking about here? Abaddon, Cypher, Huron and Co., Chaos Lord, Master of the Maelstrom, 4 units of legionaries, a unit of cultists, unit of bikers, the 2 rhinos with the 2 noise marines. We're already up to 15 plus the blitz and the rat. We've got 17. We've got 17 MSU units that can all pact. They can all have auto 6 advance and a charge. They can all pop off in a myriad of different ways. I think this is real cute. I think personally it looks better with a 3rd unit of noise marines, but I can see why you'd want to experiment at this stage of the release if you were, trying to get ready for some WTC insights, even though it's going to be 11th edition, right? So why did I even say that?
You never know. You never know. Maybe it's going to be close enough that the blitz will be good practice.
Yeah. Mutilators, bring them on. Get them in the list. They're not out yet, but
still,
they look cool.
All right. Time to pick us some winners again, gentlemen, with Dustin going first because he went second.
I'll take, I don't know. I don't want to be boring. Boring is boring. Did you guys know that? Boring is boring.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard. Yeah.
You know what? I'll go CSM. Try it.
Good, man. I think that's fair. Paul?
I'm going Necrons.
That's boring. Paul says, I love being boring. I am bland AF, man.
I'm the spiciest one here.
Ketchup and mustard guy right here. That's it.
I interviewed Lewis over on one of my other podcasts, and I like the lad a lot. So I'm literally picking Chaos Knights because of him.
That's fair.
So
nice.
Let's go. He needs a dream run to get through the amount of Necrons and the quality of Necron players.
No bad picks here. No bad picks. Look, that's our choice. This is the events we're running down. But hey, look, we got a few more minutes here. We might as well spend this doing the same thing we do every week, which is something silly and sometimes often having nothing to do with Warhammer 40,000. But before we get there, I want to remind people, hey, if you like what we're doing, you made it this far, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's also another way to participate with the show. We have a Patreon. I'll go ahead and plug us here as well. Patreon level 2 and above, although there are no bad tiers over there on the Patreon. Patreon tiers 2 and above. Get access to a second show that we do that looks back on the events from last week, where we score our picks. We see who won. We see the top tens. We also call out some of the highlight list that perform there, so you can get your finger even closer to the pulse of the meta. Consider doing that if that is within your means. But if you can't do any of that, don't forget to hang out with the algorithm and click the like, leave a comment down below, tell us how wrong we were, tell us how silly this next segment is. Just do the thing that spins it up and lets other people know they should come join us as well. So now this is a segment we call the Fuego Rapido. This is a segment where sometimes we get a little silly, sometimes we give ourselves topics to discuss, sometimes we have a clock involved, sometimes we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes the theme, sometimes there's not. What are we doing this week?
This week, we are going to do another one of the trees with our best video game of all time. So we're doing action adventure today. The action adventure. We already have all the trees set out. We need to get the winners so we can eventually. We're not going to just do this every week because I want to mix it up so we can kind of keep things live and fresh here all the time. But we'll eventually be able to crown the greatest video game of all time. And no dispute, because it's us.
There'll be no dispute. It'll be written in fact.
Yeah,
much like the best movie of all time.
Yeah, exactly. Best movie of all time's done. Yeah.
I need to mention one thing, gentlemen. I can't remember which event it was at of the two that we went through, but there is a team out there called Team Golden Axe, and I have to tell you,
wow,
I have never felt more uncool for the fact that I'm not part of that team.
Wow.
Look, maybe they're auditioning. Maybe you can join.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
I'll join.
I don't know what the criteria is. Yeah,
absolutely.
But, we'll find out.
I'll even wear the outfit, man. I'll wear the outfit.
Which outfit?
Whatever one I need to be on that team, man. Doesn't matter.
They got jerseys, they got hoodies, they got tank tops. I've worn them all. I've seen them all.
It could be a Speedo. It could be a Speedo and blue boots, man.
Yeah.
I'll do it. No problem.
Need the girdle.
Anyway.
Short shorts. My goodness.
All right. So it's the best action adventure game of all time. Let's go through the trees.
Yep.
We have 4 preliminaries because we got a lot of these games in here, so we had a couple spill.
Oh, we gotta narrow down who's
got to narrow down. I tried
the wild card now.
Yeah, we're doing the wild card. I tried to put them together with ones that are very similar, so it's a lot easier to kind of weed them out early on. So the first up is Devil May Cry 4 versus Dante's Inferno.
Oh, Dante's Inferno gets this like all day long.
It is Dante's Inferno.
I actually say Devil May Cry, but
really?
I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
I very much like Devil May Cry, the franchise, quite a lot. But
Dustin,
I like Dante's Inferno.
You just got Victus.
That's fair. I'll take it. Next up is Batman Return to Arkham versus Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Return to Arkham for me. That game was fantastic.
That game did kind of like set the bar for
I really like Return to Arkham.
I'm going Force Unleashed because
there's
cool story elements in there.
It does.
That people
That's
still
the one
talk
where
about.
Pulls down like a
you can't get through a conversation about Force users without that coming up.
Yeah.
Like you just can't do it. It's in every conversation.
It's true.
But I don't think it moved the needle video game wise as much as.
That's fair.
But my vote's still what it was.
Next up, Elder Scrolls 5 versus Fallout 3.
Which one's Fallout 3? Is that New Vegas?
That's New Vegas.
No, that's the one before New Vegas, technically. Because New Vegas was like
a DLC of Fallout.
It wasn't a DLC. It wasn't its own standalone, but it was like I think it was the same period, if that makes sense.
Look, I got a buddy who has literally played that game. Probably still playing it right now.
Like as we speak.
Yeah. And every time we turn around, there's something, somebody discovered something new for Fallout 3. So I'm gonna give that Fallout 3 my vote.
It's Elder Scrolls for me. I like Elder Scrolls.
Oh,
up to you, Adam.
You don't get the better game without Elder Scrolls coming out.
Yeah, I want to know if there's another Fallout on this before I vote.
There is not another Fallout on this. This was the one that we put in.
Which one? So this isn't Skyrim, is it? Elder Scrolls Skyrim?
This is
No,
Skyrim.
this is not Skyrim.
Oh, 5 is Skyrim. Oblivion
That's
is
what I
4.
thought.
I thought.
Then
Oh,
we
I'm
got-
thinking Elder Scrolls. Oh, then Skyrim is. Yeah, sorry, friend.
Yeah.
Lifelong best friend. You know,
Four.
you're out. Skyrim's in.
Yeah. So this is this is Skyrim or not
This is
Skyrim?
Skyrim, yes.
I thought you were
This
talking
is
about
Skyrim?
Oblivion.
Okay.
No, Oblivion's
Yes,
4.
I am voting for Skyrim.
Okay. That's what I thought you were
Morrowind
talking
3
about Oblivion.
and yeah.
So because I don't know which number of Elder Scrolls it is. It's just Skyrim to me.
Okay, sorry,
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
is this.
I'll
Yeah.
say Skyrim, yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim.
All right,
We're
and
not.
the last of the preliminaries, we have Uncharted 4 versus Tomb Raider.
Original Tomb Raider.
Well,
Tomb
I
Raider.
think we should probably do the remake original one because it actually is very good.
I mean, no,
It is
people
very good.
dedicated their life to Tomb Raider 1. Like even with
Yeah.
the
Sure.
pixelated
If that's
everything.
if
like,
that's what you think of when you think of the best Tomb Raider game, keep that
Yeah.
in your head.
That was it was a formative action adventure game. It really was in the genre. It brought it onto the new gen consoles, like into the
mhm.
the 64 and the
And
PlayStation
let's be real,
generation.
Uncharted wouldn't exist without Tomb Raider. It
No.
wouldn't.
That's exactly
absolutely
my
would
point,
not.
mate.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
Yep.
So Tomb Raider for me.
Yeah, we'll
Tomb
do Tomb
Raider.
Raider. Yep. 3-0 Tomb Raider. Uncharted is great, but it wouldn't exist
It's
without
really good.
Tomb Raider. So
Wouldn't be anything.
it wouldn't be a thing. Nope, wouldn't. All right, and now into the actual rounds. Assassin's Creed versus Dante's Inferno. Pick your best Assassin's Creed. For me, I think it was 2, actually. I love 2.
I think it's 2 as well, and I'm going Assassin's Creed.
I am also going Assassin's Creed.
Dante's Inferno. Only look.
Token area, yeah.
Yep.
No,
I
not even
res-
Token. I think it's a better
I
game.
respect-
It's Tokenary now. It's Tokenary now. Too late.
Yeah. You can have the respect vote.
Yeah.
Respect vote out of respect for the game. But yeah.
I didn't like going between the different time periods in Assassin's Creed, and I was even more bummed out with it being like a trilogy and not just a self-contained game.
So Assassin's Creed settings are like Targaryens, where you flip a coin whether it's amazing or why am I here? What a waste of time.
Now, I did like that game, Assassin's Creed 1, because you felt more like Batman than the Batman game that was out.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I do think Batman Arkham is quietly the best Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, no, that's also true. That is also true. Yep.
Very fair.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Zelda: Link to the Past versus Resident Evil 5. It's Zelda: Link to the Past. Sorry. Just no.
Oh,
It is Zelda: Link to the Past.
is.
Although five, you got to play teams, like as a you
Yeah.
could play.
Good. It was co-op, which was
Co-op.
amazing, and I played the hell out of that
Yeah.
with my friends. So
If this was Resident Evil 2, different story, but this is Zelda.
Yeah, I mean Zelda gets it, but
respect to Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah.
Of course, because Resident Evil is awesome.
it's a great game. I mean,
it's so-
legitimately scared. One of the few video games that has legitimately scared me as a franchise.
There's only 3 video games that ever had me shaking the controller while I'm playing, and yeah,
Yeah.
Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and you'll have to maybe the third one will be on this.
All right. Witcher 3 versus Batman: Return to Arkham.
Oh,
That's-
wow, that's
Look.
freaking rough, man. That's
sometimes
rough.
I ask myself, what would Henry do? And I gotta throw in there
Well,
for the Witcher 3.
he's not a fan of Batman. We know that.
that's
They do have the same name of their mother, though, which how is how you bond. with a man.
Coincidental, look at that.
It's the only way to bond with a grown man is to have this.
just say it.
Oh my god, I'm going with The Witcher. Unfortunate.
I'm gonna give Batman its respect though, because it deserves it.
The fact that Witcher 3 had Ghent in it, which was like just as good a game as the game you are
As the
playing. They built a game inside the game that was just as good as the game. It's crazy.
Next up, God of War 3 versus Shadow of Colossus.
That is
I
the
don't
best
have-
God of War, right? Is number 3.
Is
that where you got the sidekick?
Is that where you get the side? No, that's Ragnarok, right? That's 4.
I never played those ones, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
It's his son. I shouldn't say sidekick. but
Yeah.
Sidekick.
Ah.
It's Shadow of Colossus for me. That game was iconic. Still is.
I don't have. I'll yield to y'all on this one. I can tell you.
I was
Going in a tiebreaker.
I was about to yield as well, so I'm going to go with Dustin. We'll go Shadow of Colossus.
Oh, I was going to say God of
The
War
only-
because that got. I mean, that is obviously a massive
Sure.
Yeah, franchise.
We can do 2 to 1 for God of War. I'm down with that. Unless you change your vote, Adam.
Oh no, I'm going with you, Dustin. I'm with
Got it.
Shadow Colossus. Yeah.
All right. Elden Ring versus Elder Scrolls Skyrim. We'll be specific.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Yeah. But it's crazy because Elden Ring was like a phenomenon.
Great.
Dude, it's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still going.
Although there's this whole theory out there that nothing you actually did influences the plot of Skyrim. It just feels like it.
Yeah. It's correct.
It's like Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I don't
Spider-Man
know.
2.
The Spider-Man 2s are good. I mean,
Spider-Man 2 is incredible.
Good
that
game,
game is so good.
This is a very tough pick as well. Like, have you guys just like seen Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, the visual is one of the most gorgeous games that's ever been created.
I'm not a visuals guy though. I'm a gameplay guy. Spider-Man 2 felt so satisfying to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, when they can make Spider-Man and Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things feel good on a console, you're doing the Lord's work. But I'm still going Ghost of Tsushima because it more than deserves a vote here at a minimum.
Yeah, that's up to you then, Paul.
What? No, Skyrim is like.
That was the last one.
No. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Where are we at now?
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man. No, of course, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. All right, and then Prince of Persia. I actually put in brackets the original, so we pointed out the original Prince of Persia.
Hell yeah!
Versus Tomb Raider.
Oh, 2 OGs.
So, I mean, I think it's still Tomb Raider. Prince of Persia. Now, Prince of Persia, like that is a game that was obviously storied and held up, but I think it was in a time period where there just weren't that many amazing games in that section of time.
What are you talking about? The spikes were literally 3 pixels: a big one, a smaller one, and a smaller one.
How did you
What is there complaining about?
And it also took like 11 years to develop. You know what doesn't take 11 years to develop? Fun games.
It's Tomb Raider.
It is Tomb Raider.
I think as a young man, Prince of Persia might be the first time I threw the console.
Wow.
You didn't get the potion that gave you hit points right before you got hit by the spikes or whatever?
Sometimes, still, like,
is it
why did you not make the jump that you made 3 times before that I hit in exactly the same spot this time? You dumb game. So yeah.
Is that a 3-0 for Tomb Raider then?
Tomb Raider,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's brackets, KR. We had to do preliminaries because we had more than 16. So we just had to go through round 1 there. And then last of round 1 is The Last of Us versus Bayonetta. It's The Last of Us.
It's The Last of Us.
Yeah. So The Last of Us, I believe, has a cameo of Warhammer Miniatures in it.
Does it?
I think so.
Oh, yes,
I think so.
do.
Or maybe they don't call it out as Warhammer.
The painting table. Yeah, there's a painting table with minis on it.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's awesome.
So Warhammer existed in The Last of Us universe.
Give it a bonus point. It gets 4 points.
Yeah, 4 points. It goes straight through to the semifinals. Nice.
Hey, Bayonetta is cool though, right?
Bayonetta is cool. It's cool.
So The Last of Us might be the best story-driven action adventure game of, I don't know, modern era of games. The way it captures hearts and minds, gut-wrenching, all those things. And they managed to get it all wrapped around simply like a straight up and down zombie game.
I'm trying not to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't played it by now, but at this point, I think you're not going to, so don't pretend like you will if you haven't yet. But that is the first game that my wife actually started yelling at the TV at the end. She was so mad.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, dude. It made you do stuff like that. It's such an incredible game, man. The voice acting as well.
Oh, so good. So good.
Bayonetta, good. I think a real good game, and that it's like had cool moves and things, and cool like boss fights and stuff. But
it's not in the GOAT discussion is the issue.
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean
it's a very good game,
but maybe on the cusp, you know.
All right. So now on to the quarterfinals: Assassin's Creed versus Link to the Past. Link to the Past. I do not see anything on here that could be Link to the Past for me. I'm sorry. That's just
I mean, there are definitely some things on here that can be Link to the Past. But
I agree with Paul.
But I think
Yeah.
I definitely think it beats Assassin's Creed.
I think it does as well.
Okay, 3-0, good. We're still friends so far. See how long that lasts. Witcher 3 versus Shadow of Colossus.
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher 3. Sorry, Shadow, but Shadow's so good though. And then Elder Scrolls Skyrim versus Spider-Man 2. Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah.
Skyrim.
Yeah. Man, easiest quarterfinals of my life.
Man, we're smashing through this.
Smashing these ones. And then
we 3-0 we 3-0 all the quarterfinals.
And I think we're about to 3-0 again. Tomb Raider versus Last of Us. I'm sorry, but
yeah, sorry, Tomb Raider. Yeah,
sorry, Tomb Raider. You had a
formative game.
This is the discussion, though.
Okay,
okay, because we're talking about best action adventure game of all time, and basically Tomb Raider got it all done in one game. Like Last of Us, you need a little bit of a franchise and a TV show to back it up.
Well, so okay, TV show versus so. Put the Tomb Raider movies against the Last of Us TV show. Which wins that?
No, Last of Us is still winning, right? But we can't discount Tomb Raider as quickly as
I'm perfectly happy for myself personally. I will throw a respect vote on Tomb Raider.
You're gonna throw a respect?
No, don't do that because you might. No, I'm not saying.
Oh, okay, all right. Do you want to throw the respect vote
for posterity? No. I think Last of Us is still going to take it, but I think that we were just quick to not talk about Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider has been like on people's minds. It's on people's minds today, and that game came out 3 decades ago.
If we're talking about the original one,
yeah, it's true.
So
that hurts my soul.
Respect, respect Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
respect. Okay, and then to the semis, Link to the Past versus Witcher 3. It's Link to the Past for me.
Witcher 3 for me.
Oh, Paul.
So I got to go Link to the Past on this one.
Yes.
Yes. All my boys are falling like dominoes.
Yeah. But I do.
I did not expect you to go there. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, because it stands up by itself in a good raft of games from Zelda. It still stands up on its own.
It is. Of all the Zelda games, and there are some incredible Zelda games, it is the only one that I can pick up and play at any point in time and enjoy it and be happy, excited to play it again. It's the only one that I can do that at any time.
I don't know if you're too fade if you can't pick them all up.
I can, but
I'm kidding. I'm not gatekeeping any bit of that. I was just kidding.
Also,
but
the newer ones,
I do think
I got too caught up in cooking and I just couldn't stop. It was bad. And the other one is Elder Scrolls Skyrim versus Last of Us.
God,
I knew
this was coming.
Skyrim.
I'm going Last of Us.
Skyrim.
I am going Last of Us.
Ooh,
and injustice has been done here.
I don't think there was a correct answer for this one.
There was not a correct answer.
The one that I like a little more than the other one. That's it. That's all that was.
I just feel like Last of Us. It hit me a little harder than Skyrim did. Skyrim.
That's what I mean.
I'm not a big fan of open world ones though either.
So Skyrim was just a very enjoyable play experience. I didn't really feel anything while I was playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt so much stuff playing Last of Us.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was too much dead air for Skyrim.
I don't think you found a way to side crawl up a mountain you weren't supposed to and found the secret temple and got the recipe to get the dragon dagger.
I don't
think y'all did that.
Why did they do that?
I don't think you did that. Yeah.
So to be fair, I've played through Skyrim once and I've played through Last of Us once, and the Last of Us playthrough was far more impactful than the one Skyrim.
Well, that definitely affects that decision.
If you were playing Skyrim, you'd still be playing Skyrim
for 9 years. Yes, I would still be sure.
It's true.
I'm kidding, of course, about that. It is something you can't put down, but I do think Skyrim, just overall, for your sense of where you can go in the world, what you can do, and the fact the story's there for you to kind of interact with any way you want is.
Do you know what I mean when I say play through Skyrim? I played it pretty hard for a couple.
You got to Valhalla and stopped.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I played it until I hit what I thought was the end game at the time, and moved on to other things.
Yeah,
that's fair. So that means the championship round for this is Link to the Past versus Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Still Link to the Past for me.
It's Link to the Past, but I feel like this is rigged.
Yeah, Dusty rigged this one.
How did I did not expect Paul to vote for that over The Witcher. I didn't
either, honestly. I thought this was going to be Last of Us Witcher 3.
I thought it was over.
Yeah, I genuinely thought this was Last of Us Witcher 3 for the finish. But yeah.
To be honest, so did I. But I'm really happy.
KR says you can't play through Skyrim. You just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to say what I
Exactly,
did, because he's absolutely correct. You can't like
absolutely
pluck Skyrim. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So undisputed action adventure champion of the world is Link to the Past.
I'm calling a recount. I want a recount.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. This is what happened.
How much did he pay you, Paul? What is the offer you?
Yeah.
What did he offer you?
Option.
Sometimes round one is for love, seconds for the prizes, whatever. No, we undisputed. It's look at now it's etched in stone. Facts are facts. There we go. Listen, thanks everybody for joining us. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you made it this far. Certainly if you made it through that, whatever that was. Don't worry though, you can have your revenge the next time because we're not done. That's only one category of this gauntlet before we crown the best video game of all time. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking about Warhammer with y'all. Chat's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all as well. We'll see y'all next week, everybody. Have a great one.
See ya.
Bye.